This is fun. This is fun. The overlays just aren't ready, but we're going to be playing on random ESOC maps here, so perhaps a little bit of extra variety, which should be fun. And I think the players who are in the tournament will appreciate that as well, because they don't want to be giving away all their secret strats on, they don't want to be showing themselves too much. But Aizamk, in the north of the map, in the color blue, we're playing on Tassili. I suppose we ought to show this map a bit, since, of course, this not one we've seen for the New World Championship. This was made by Rikikipu. All of the other maps in the New World Championship made by Gaja, except from Tar Desert. So this one, Tar Desert, made by Riki. This one also made by Riki. We'll show you around in just a moment. But Aizamk going to be building early market there as the British going to get hunting dogs in immediately, and going to be picking up that 10-coin treasure as well. But Japan in the south of the map, in the color red. Here he is, leaving his coin on the floor. And it doesn't look like we've got a consulate down at all. Can be a little bit difficult with a 100-coin start. So going to skip that by the looks of it and just get up to the next stage, which seems like a safe bet versus, say, someone like Aizamk, who... the score is not 4-1. Let's reset that here. Winner plays against Yumiyu. Yes. All right, then. Fair enough. So just a hodgepodge of games today. I like it. But yes, let's show the players around the map, Kaiser, shall we? But first, I think there's a treasure contention. Oh, no, I thought he was going for this settler treasure, but actually it's 50 wood. He's not going to be able to pick that up at all. So Tassili, there is no livestock, but it's sort of a very long, narrow map. It's a sort of a rectangle rather than a circle. And the key interesting feature is the wood here, which kind of makes it... You can take fights in the middle. It sort of is a bit awkward sometimes. You can defend your skirmishes behind these, and it's sort of... That's kind of nice about it. So lots of trees there. And then there's two parallel trading routes going down the side. And that is Tassili, I suppose. It looks like, though, Aizamk is waiting for the settler treasure.
It's an interesting map, for sure. The trade... Oh, yeah, but let's talk about this treasure, I guess. Well, Aizamk got it. All right.
William Ball got it, which is me, you see.
Actually, that's true. But yeah, pretty good pick for Aizamk. Obviously, also that he actually got 65 coin in treasures in his base. So it made it really easy for him to get an early market. And now with that extra villager, it's such a solid start for Brits. And while Japan is just, it's just Japan on a coin start. It's not a water map, so he's going to be shipping 2 wheels and not 3 boats. So it's just not a very good start for Japan here. And I wonder what we'll see from Ace here. Obviously, we don't really expect him to play standard. So we can't really know what he's going to be doing in this matchup. And it's also one matchup where you can see lots of different kind of ways to play it. Like Japan can go aggressive with 5 ashes and that kind of stuff. Brits can go longbow pike, but they can also go for, like, for example, full Virginia Company boom and then push in fortress or something like that. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what these players are going to do.
Yeah, looks like A is going to go up with the governor. And I suppose it's a good time as any to check his deck. So it does have Virginia Company in there, but not starting with a trading post. Would have been kind of difficult to do so on a coin start. So I don't think we'll be seeing Virginia Company out of A's, but we have seen stranger things indeed. A couple of A's classics in here. The Glorious Revolution, which will give him access to the Highlanders at the Advanced Church, as well as Rogers Rangers in the Industrial Age, in case that gets sent. Fairly normal, actually, British Age 3. And then the only thing that sticks out to me here is El Mete there. 1,000 gold, you get 6 El Mete. Very strong cavalry units, slightly fewer hit points than a Mameluke. About the same attack, but they do have ×3 versus infantry, a lot like a Lancer. So that's interesting to note. We do see a villager coming out to the side here. Not going to find any hunts. I wonder if he's scouted that location there. I think he's just looking for a hunt. There's one to the right there. Where are you going?
Yeah. There's always a hunt here on this map. It's fixed resources, actually. You always have a hunt here and there. So he probably knows about it, although...
Where is he? I think it's just a forward ville.
Virginia Company.
Okay, right. Well, fair enough. I said we'd seen stranger things. But Ace sort of just does what he wants, and we know that. So for those tuning in that don't realize who Aizamk is, he's just sort of this guy that does mostly very strange troll, sort of meme builds, and he's actually a very, very strong player, and he's had a lot of practice. This is all he's done for the many, many years that he's played Age of Empires 3, since 2007, I think he started playing. So Ace has had an exceptional amount of practice doing very peculiar strategies, so he's actually very, very talented at doing that kind of thing, and he's just built his own playstyle up around it. So we love watching Ace play, but Virginia Company, you wouldn't usually see it here, but gonna do that anyway.
Yeah, he just slammed down like 7 manos in his base instantly when Virginia Company came in. Because one problem when you do what Aizamk did without having a training post is that usually you don't have a shipment ready in H2. But the biggest problem is that you get Virginia Company late, which means that you stack wood until you can actually spend it. And this samurai Aizamk, it's the Torii gaze from Japan, actually tried to kill that villager, but then he just went back. I'm not sure why.
Well, Ace said no, and then Aizamk said no in the chat, and Aizamk said yes, and he's just being a polite guy, getting off. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about. He could have chased the villager down there. Does find the explorer, and he's going to take that out. But the village are going to be safe for the time being. Let's talk about the Torii Gate. So this, not the Toshogu Shrine. Go on.
Yeah, why is he wasting his samurai to the tower here? Well, I don't know. That was weird. But yeah, he just wasted his Asia bonus, basically. I mean, he does also, of course, like the biggest part of the Torii gates is that you get the extra XP when you train or kill any kind of stuff, I guess. But he did waste his samurai, which is a bit strange. That samurai could have actually maybe got the tower down if he just scouted it on time, but he didn't. So yeah, just not the greatest start for MTO here again, just like losing that samurai. Now he's gonna pick up the Explorer, which gives him 67 XP instead of 45, thanks to the Torii gates. But he's got only 3 ashes at 6 minutes 40. And I'm not sure how much he's going to be able to achieve with this. He's actually going to get caught by 4 Hus, so...
Yeah. Although this might be fairly even trade, actually, especially Ace, though. Yeah, Ace paying... Looks like Turk paying attention. That Hus running a bit too far away from the fight. And that one going quite far off as well. He's doing a reasonable amount of damage. A lot of these Hus have taken about half of their health down. But ultimately, Ace is going to kill them all without losing a unit. But it wasn't for free. 5 settlers
it wasn't.
Now coming in for Ace. And they're now going to push forward with these Hussar. He's going to find 3 more. No, he's taken a different path. I guess just looking for those monks, perhaps, with those Hussar. But, yeah, Turkey's not gone with the Toshogu Shrine, instead going with the Torii Gate. So going to get that XP multiplier for the rest of the game here. And going to see... Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice boost, like that XP... thing, but you know, it's just like, oh wait, Ace is gonna get he's not paying attention here, so Turkey's gonna all the Hussars or most of the Hussars. That's kind of big, actually.
Well, at the same time, there were 3 in base over here that he killed for free whilst you were watching the other fight. So they both killed units for free there. Not ideal for either player, but look at this. Ace, what a So usually we don't see priests in Age of Empires 3 because they don't convert anything like in AoE 2, and they're very expensive. They cost 200 gold, but they do heal things quite quickly. So when a priest is healing, it's actually about as efficient as a factory gathering resources. So he's got 2 factories right now, although as soon as they stop healing, they'll not be...
I'd be surprised if that was the case. I think that was something about like H2O made the calculation, right?
Yeah, well, all units health... It's not related to a percentage increase. I think that is true, actually. Either way, he's going to heal.
It's with surgeons, though. Surgeons are much better than priests.
Okay.
So, because I can see how fast it's healing, and
it's not as fast as a surgeon.
I doubt this factory would. Yeah, but anyway, it is decent. Then again, it's sad for Ace that he actually lost these Hussars here, because if they get low HP. If he can trade some HP for some ashes, then it's fine because he can get the HP back. But once a unit is dead, it's just sad.
Yeah, you can't heal it up anymore. So. You lose all that potential, don't you? It only needs 1 health to be alive. Coming in here with the Cav, and going to take a little bit of damage on them, and then sort of leave. I thought maybe you wanted to go heal them up again or something. But just avoiding the hand combat was what he was doing there, so that and has Minutemen in the back doing some damage. Quite a reasonable trade, actually. Killed a lot of those Ashes off with the Minutemen. Now I'm starting to wonder, we're about to find something out. We're always discovering new things in Age 3. Can priests heal Minutemen? I think the answer is no.
Nah, they can't. I've tried that, but they can't. Ace is actually aging. I feel like he could have gone for the church card since he has the church already, right? Oh, that's a big raid. Not a big raid, but couple bills there.
Couple bills, not ideal, right? But yeah, he's got a church, and I imagine he does fully intend to send the church card.
But later, oh no, it's on the way. My bad. It's on the way just now. But I think he's gonna go industrial as well. Sorry, I kind of cut you, but I wanted to point that out. He's already macroing for industrial, and probably got the church card on the way, so he's gonna be able to get the Roger Rangers, the guard skirmishers. As well as the Islanders, probably. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And Aizamk is following up, but he's gonna be H3 way after Aizamk started to go H4. So
yeah, Aizamk fully macroed for that now as well. He's got almost that last 200 coin he needs. But the Glorious Revolution coming in, and he's gonna get up to the Industrial Age. Let's take a look at what age up he selects, and I imagine it'll be the Tycoon, simply because Roger's Rangers costs 2,000 gold. No, going to go up with the Engineer. Okay, that makes sense as well, because the Highlanders that you can get from the Church card are going to complement the Falconets really, really nicely. And still healing. He's healed all his Hussar up again. I love seeing the priests. It's so silly. And a forward town center coming down near his original outpost there.
Yeah, he actually even chopped for a town center while aging. It delayed a little bit his industrial age, but he does have that forward, that really safe forward location with both a TC and a tower, a coin mine and a hunt. And he's going to be able to also ship his church stuff in these forward buildings, so he can push a little bit faster. And it just looks so good for Aizamk here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not actually ahead in eco, but he's been ahead in eco for most of the game, so he's still ahead in resources. Even if eventually Aizamk might outgather him, Ace has been ahead in eco for a long time, and so that's why he has these extra resources and able to hit industrial so fast.
Gonna catch the Yumi. That's really nice. Though forced away by the disciplined Ashigaru. And I think
it's probably gonna be. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
A's about to pop. He's got nearly 1,000 food. Yeah, he's going to hit industrial, and I think what he's going to do is ship Roger's Rangers for 2,000 gold, the Black Watch for 1,000 food, which he almost has as well, and receive 2 Falconets all at the same time. So this is going to be another classic A's timing, and look, he's going to take the fight, and I think Turk's just not going to know what hit him, although it's a little bit off, actually. He's not got quite all the resources there, and this fight looks absolutely fine with those 2 Falcs, even without all this extra stuff that we're talking about. But Roger's Rangers now in queue, because the coin pile has dropped down. Looks like Naginata coming in.
Yeah, he's kind of baiting Aizamk. That's because you expect to have a window to push when your opponent just hits H4, but here there's not really a window just because you can pop stuff directly.
Yeah.
But
Black Watch coming in at the outpost. There it is. 9 Highlanders. He lost his army for that though. If he could have held on a little bit longer, he would have been in a good spot. But A's trading off all the units there. Roger's Rangers coming in behind this.
Kind of expected Ace to pop his stuff faster or to just not take a fight.
Yeah,
like
sort of.
That wasn't the greatest. Oh, but that's a good pop though. Yeah. They kind of pop. Usually you don't want to be popping your skirms right inside of the army, but there's so many of them in the H4, so he doesn't really care. He's just like, yeah, pop my stuff, and you have to go back.
God. This is Brandy Elmetti card as well. Oh my god, Aizamk.
That was the 1k coin dropping, because I didn't understand what that was, but now I get it, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 1,000 HP with 40 attack times 3 versus... Oh, this is wonderful. Ace is such a troll.
And now Aizamk needs to mass a lot of Nagis quite fast, because he can't go Yumi since there's 6 Elmetis, he can't go Ashes since there's, well, also Elmetis and the skirms, so he really has to make lots of Nagis now and just kill, like, snipe the Highlanders somehow and just take a good fight with Nagis, but it's gonna be tough. He's also mismacroed. Aizamk stacking so much gold.
Yeah, 1,600 gold there. Did we take a look at Turk's deck? Nothing weird to spend gold on as Japan. But yeah, that's a lot of gold. He's got most of his vills on food now. Looks like they're all trying to crowd around this cherry orchard. I'm sure they'll move over to the other one in just a moment. But won't take long to fix that. 37 vills on food. But losing a few ashes here to the skirms. Going to finish off that shrine with these units. And now the Elmeti coming in behind to meet up with their rangers. I love how they're actually called Rogers Rangers. These are basically guard. They've got the same stats as guard skirmishers, I believe.
Oh yeah, they do. These are just god skirms and called with a different name. Like if you click on them, you can even see that the god upgrade has been researched, and that is why you also get a fake score boost when you get that card, because you get veterancy and god upgrades on your skirms for free.
Yeah, you get, well, I guess 600 gold and 600 woods. That's 12 score. Basically, like, that isn't real because British can't research guard skirms and you can't train anymore, so it's not like that upgrade is even useful. But look at this Elmeti coming forward. They're so tanky, and they're just going to prod these Ashigaru to death. Behind this, though...
Yeah,
you always...
Yeah, it's over. I mean, like, Aizamk just can't kill that army. I was feeling like the Elmetis were a little bit out of position, but it just doesn't matter, to be honest. I mean, even got God Dragoons now. Like, it's just so over. There's no way Turk can ever kill this army. And then next, he's got a bunch of bills up here.
Aizamk. Oh, what a... Get murked. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Oh, Aizamk, what a wonderful game. And behind this, he's got Robber Barons out, and he's researching mass production there at the factory, so and can follow up with the factory wagon cards. So he's got a good follow-up behind this, too. And that's not even... You don't even need to say that, because you can see he's got 70 villages. But yeah, Aizamk being Aizamk there. A very, very talented guy, and... coming out ahead in this game. It's very... A lot of the time with Aiz, it's very much like he wins... like amazingly, or he sort of loses and it looks awful.
Yeah, it's kind of a gamble usually when you go for these non-standard strats. Usually what makes a strat standard is the fact that it's rather safe and it works in almost every situation. And that's usually why you go standard, right? Because you can't get cheesed too much, and you just can't adapt into anything and you usually win the game. But what Aizamk does is just totally different. He's just hoping that for a while, like, there's gonna be a window where his opponent is just not gonna pressure him. He's not gonna get right clicked or something, and he gets away with industrial. And then if he does, it's pretty much over. Just because he's industrial. He's gonna the church card is gonna pay off. He's gonna follow up with factories and everything. But it's just so risky, right? I mean, he invests into like full boom, H3, H4 church card. Like, it's just so many resources that brings him nothing for a while. But when they do pay off, then it's kind of over, yeah.
It's so fun to watch Aiz, like, he hits industrial, your opponent's like, nice, I can push in now and do some damage, and suddenly there's like 20 skirms and 9 Highlanders all at once. Yeah, Aiz quite the funny chap. But I'm quite impressed with the overlay there. We've got standard maps, and we're going to just be playing random ESOC maps here, which is sort of the competitive standard almost in Age of Empires 3. Before you click in, you actually have no idea what the map will be. That's sort of how quick search works, and how most ladder games work as well. So just going to be playing random maps, which is going to be quite sort of nice. We'll see a few more maps than we usually do, since we usually see only the New World Championship pool. But here, if you're new to Age 3 and enjoying it, there are more maps to see.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool because I do like the maps from the New World Championship, but we kind of play only on them at the moment, and it's definitely nice also to have some of these other maps from time to time.
Yeah, that's kind of what I sort of thought about this, and I'm kind of pleased that we did have those maps and all the show matches are being played on. I want like the viewer and the players to be like super familiar with this map pool and just feel comfortable with it. But like after July, when the New World Championship's over, like the show matches are going to have a whole new map pool, and we're going to then stick with another set of 9 maps for a few months. Is how I envision it happening. That's not to say that we will do exactly that. We could really do anything, but I sort of I sort of imagine, getting really familiar with 9 maps and then picking a new pool, sort of season 2 almost.
Yeah, it's pretty cool for sure, especially on the map like Deccan or New England, like that kind of non-standard maps where you expect to see the meta really evolve. Like on some standard maps, I think even if you play tons of games on it, it doesn't really change. But like on New England or Tardisert or Deccan, you definitely expect some new strats to be figured out. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, like when you see that map all the time, yeah, people are like preparing builds and it's just getting figured out. You're absolutely right, and that's kind of why I like it. Though, having said all of that, we are actually going to spawn in on Pampas Sierras,
Yeah.
which is in the New World Challenges map, New World Championship map pool. So, no new maps today, or not yet, but that's fine. Dutch versus Portuguese then for game number 2 here. The score is 1-0 to Aizamk. Spawning in the top of the map, we do indeed have Aizamk as the Portuguese here as Explorer. Going to take a path straight on over to the llamas there. Going to pick up as many as he can. The Dutch going to do the same, but with his envoy on the bottom here, whilst his Explorer a little bit more aggressive. Has the 2 scouts, so we expect to see slightly more llamas from this guy. But Dutch are really nice civilization for Pampas Sierras. This is, of course, a non-trading post map. So Portuguese will often they've got advanced trading posts. That's a card they like. Obviously not an option here, and I think a bit more reliant on trading posts as a civilization than say something like Dutch, which have all the banks. Having said that, though, having 2 town centers is pretty good. But ports want to be up for Fortress Age at some point, and a trading post is always really nice for that. So Aizamk probably gonna have to play a bit more aggressive than usual. I wonder if we'll see his 11-20 he likes to call it.
For sure. It's like I'm gonna call it. He's gonna 11-20, gonna use 1 or 2 llamas to age up in time, and then he's gonna drop an Inca trading post, and he's just gonna rush with his pikemen.
Brilliant.
I'm pretty sure it's what he's gonna do. I would be surprised to see Aizamk not do that on this map, and he's going for the 11-20. Yeah.
Okay, we're looking forward to that, but Turk doing exceptionally well here. Manages to steal those 2 llamas off the Explorer, actually. The Explorer getting a bit too far ahead of himself, and the Envoy able to pick them up. Envoy, a really nice unit to gather llamas with, because you don't have to babysit it. It has basically the same speed as the llamas here. And look at that. He's got 7 llamas to his opponent's only 1, although it is a dead llama on the floor there. So he's got more than 1 llama. He is just eating them because he intends to go up super quickly to the second age. So he's only trained 11 villagers. You start with 7, so actually he's only trained 4 villagers, and he's going to get that age up in queue very, very quickly. The Philosopher Prince in queue for 500 food, and we'll see what that Explorer decides to do. Perhaps he will slam down one of the Inca's pet settlements.
500 food age up though, so he's probably gonna FF actually.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's age. You never know. Even if he's aging with 500 food, he might just not FF. But usually when you Yeah, but then again, he's chopping wood. So if he would FF, he would not chop wood. So yeah, I just don't know what that's Aizamk, right? I don't know what he's doing. I just don't know.
I don't think nobody really knows what goes through his mind. It is rumored that he makes it up as he goes along. But looks like Aiz will be picking up 70 food on the right-hand side of the map here. He's not in position to build a native trading post, so it doesn't look like he intends to do that this game, although he is chopping wood. So there is certainly that. We'll take a look at his deck. He's not selected one yet, which is fair enough. You don't want to give your opponent any information when you don't need to. Since he has no intention of shipping an Age 1 shipment, he doesn't need to pick his deck just yet. I Am Turk, however, has got... Oh, that's interesting. Bank of Amsterdam in there to increase the build limit by 1. But otherwise, a fairly normal Dutch deck, aside from the Hackapels, which you... I think Swiss Pikemen are a bit more common if you're going to include a mercenary shipment, but Hackapels, fair enough. They're against A's. Maybe they'll come in handy. And the advanced arsenal as well to get flintlock and paper cartridges for his skirmishes. So he's set up for the long game there with that card. But looks like
Aizamk... Look at that. Yeah, he didn't pick the Inca. These guys are not as good, but you do have an upgrade inside of that. It's an extra 50% siege attack on all your hand infantry. So he's probably just going to be going for that upgrade, because honestly, these Mapuches are not as good as the Incas, and they even have less siege than the Incas. But if you get that upgrade, then they have insane siege. And he might also get an Inca training post as well. We will see. We'll see. But we've seen some Pukunku doing this in the Monasif tournament against Hazard Spain, I think, and he just like right-click his TC with insane amounts of siege, and we'll see if he gets that upgrade. Probably gonna first train some batches of units, and then gonna get the upgrade for kind of timing, right? And just get some banks down, or first maybe the barracks down, and then some banks. And he's going for the Inca now, yeah. So,
damn. Yeah, so the key difference here, the Mapuche is only got a ×2 multiplier, but slightly more base attack and considerably fewer siege, only 30, whereas I think the Inca Humunca has 54 siege or something like that.
48, yeah.
Okay,
48.
but still considerably higher.
Yeah.
So, but they still got reasonable siege. They are pretty good pikes. He's going to come in and do some damage to that house, but ultimately not going to get too much done. He's now leaving there to meet up with another batch of Ironwood Clubmen before he comes in. But looks like, here we go. 700
Native
food,
treaties.
followed by native treaties. So for those wondering, this card gives you a batch of units from each controlled native settlement. So here he's gotten a batch of... it comes with... the Inca's Bolas Warrior, Mapuche Iron... Yeah, that's a lot of units.
It's a very good card when you actually go nuts. Usually you don't go nuts, so it's not a good card. But if you do get to ship it, you get lots of units from it for sure. And we still do not have that Mapuche upgrade. Maybe he's just first making units now, and he's not sieging too much, right? He's gotta catch the skirms, but I really think at some point he will get that siege upgrade. I really hope so, because that would be really funny to see.
Yeah, 50% more Minutemen being called there. And it looks like he's going to get out of there for the time being. Until come back when the Minutemen have lower HP. But he's got a lot of native units here. Not something we usually see. And following up with 8 crossbowmen as his third shipment here. So this is very aggressive from Aizamk.
Yeah, he does really need to deal with that barracks soon. I mean, like, when Dutch gets a decent mass of skirmishers out, Ports is in big trouble because he has nothing to deal with them unless he gets a stable down soon, but he doesn't really have anything to, like, he doesn't have any wood shipment, like, it's just, he's going in now.
He's coming in. He's going to try and get those 1 HP Minutemen, but he's only just gotten into hand combat and only picks up the 1 Minutemen. That's really not too good there. I'd like to see the Bolas Warriors with their slight area damage be used. They could really clean up those.
Smart,
yeah, look at that.
Yeah, now he's doing it. Yeah, that would have been better for sure, because Aizamk kind of wasted a few units there. Still way ahead in military, but he invested a lot into these nets, so he really needs to do some damage now, some more damage, I would say. Because what do we have in units lost now? Aizamk did lose 4 bills. Oh, I didn't see that. But
I didn't see that either. We were paying too much attention. Units lost. Let's take a look. There, 4 villages going down. So
then it's
that's
pretty good for Ace already. I mean,
yeah, very even ecos now. So this rush has been perfectly acceptable.
And he's forcing 3 Huss as well. And Ace has to be really careful here. Although he can also call Minutemen from his second turn center if he has to.
Yeah,
but that looks tough. I mean,
it does. The Mapuche just going down. He's got no more anti-cav here. And these 3 Huss should be able to clean up the crossbow and the Bolas Warrior there. 700 coin now coming in for Ace. I wonder what he's going to transition to. Oh, he's built a stable. Okay, so it looks like we're going to swap back into Hussars.
Yeah, Minutemen being cold, so he's going to save some units. But yeah, it's still pretty good for Ace here. I mean, he's gonna get Huss out, and there's no way Dutch is ready for Huss switch now, unless he gets 8 pikemen now. But I don't think Aizamk will want to ship pikes just because he just shipped the Huss, and the Huss might have been a mistake actually from Turk, because now if he ships 8 pikes, he's gonna be he's just gonna be kind of all in. But he has to ship pikes now, really. Like if Dutch doesn't ship pikes or train pikes, he's probably gonna die to the Hussar switch, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he knows there's a Hussar switch coming. He's not scouted the stable there. But I really like this from Aze. He started out with the 2 different tribes and with the intention of sending native treaties, get all that value out of that very strong shipment and use those initial buildings to make just a couple of units. And now that he's sent native treaties, native units just aren't quite so good. They've lost their sort of early benefit of being fast to train because you can build the barracks essentially in age 1. But
Oh.
yeah, now switching to Hussar, and this has caught Aizamk off guard. These skirmishers are going to get caught by 3 Huss. That 1 Huss there is not going to protect them too much. He's already called his Minutemen, and a 600 wood coming in now, so we know no pikemen are going to be popping. He's got 5 pikes in queue at the barracks, but I think they've only just been queued up as a response to this. They're not going to be saving these skirmishers.
Yeah, kind of. He couldn't guess it would be a cav switch, but you kind of need to have always a bit of anti-cav or
There it
something.
is.
And now he's trying pikes, but just too late. Oh, that's so painful. He lost, I don't know how many skirms here, like 10 skirms, and Ace is just running away. Like, yeah, okay, thanks, bye.
And some villagers. Oh no! Come on, pikemen, get on over there. Your brethren are being attacked.
He's gonna kill 2 vills and then just run.
Yeah.
And that's just so good for Aizamk here. And like the eco is even already, but Portuguese has so much more scaling potential. Like, yeah, sure, Dutch can still make 2 banks, but it's expensive, while just training villagers is super cheap. And at the end of the day, Port is just gonna outboom Dutch so hard. And also the fact that Aizamk is kind of stuck in colonial for now. Also dropping another bank, I think that's a mistake. It's kind of a low eco game where you don't really need like more eco. I think at this point he needs to age up and keep that food for an age up and not make an extra bank, because Ace might be aging soon, or he's just really mismacroed. I'm not sure.
Does pick up these Huss though, so he's going to get a bit of a counter damage when he lost all his skirms. He's now able to pick up a few Huss. I don't think it's quite payback. But yes, that is the state of the game. Ace has a bit more scaling potential, so it's going to be tough for Aizamk here. Although he's still representing, quite a big score lead, and maybe he still can get up. It looks like he's got a lot of coin there, and although with all these Huss in his base, looks like the pikes are always in the wrong spot. Come on, pikemen, you got to push the Huss away. Losing a few. This is just getting better and better for Aizamk. I forgot about this emote. Can we see some ESOC cow hacks in the chat? That is Aizamk, the maker of the cow hacks. I need to see them flowing. This is a very appropriate moment. And more Huss streaming in.
So risky. I mean, he might just kill all the pikes and then the villagers as well. I think Ace is not as aggressive as I think he could be now. He could just take on these pikes and just kill the vills, but he's kind of over macroing, hesitating a lot. So actually the pikes are going to get a great trade here. Already killing 3 Huss. Like, this is really good for Aizamk, in fact. Ace could have just taken that fight earlier, because now I don't think he killed any villager and he's just losing all his cav for like a few pikes, and it's just no good for Aizamk. And behind that, Aizamk is going to be able to age because he's got 700 food on the floor, and it's exactly what he needs to age up. So kind of a throw here for Ace. I'm not saying he's lost the game, but he definitely threw some of his lead here.
Yeah, threw a bunch of Hussars in there. Having said that, though, he is absolutely everywhere, and just picking up vills left, right, and center. Picks another one up. They're going to get snared, but Cav have a lot of speed, so should be fine. Having said that, though, he's slowing down. No, going to use the 3 Huss to pull the 2 to safety, but does stop. Oh, goodness. Looks like 1 Huss will go down, but I think he'll get away now. You good? Sounds like you're typing. If you got to go, that's fair enough.
No, I really don't. I'm just answering. I needed to answer someone, but no, I'm really good to cast this.
Okay. Seems good. Yeah, 2 town centers, though. You can already see it paying off. 44 villagers to 38. Though, having said that, that's probably more linked to this constant raiding. Look at A's just absolutely everywhere. I'm going to go in on these pikes again. Going to lose a few, but there's so many more cav that he'll be fine to take these all out.
Yeah, but again, not a very good trade for Ace here, and Aizamk is gonna be up, so.
But he is gonna deny this stable.
Yeah, that's very good. Then 9 Ritters are gonna be tough for Ace to deal with here, and I don't know. Ace is just floating so much gold the whole game. I don't get it. He's again floating like 1k8 gold now, and
let's check his deck.
Could be almost up already if he just didn't. He just put 500 food. That's kind of painful, but at least he's going to be aging now.
Okay, so going up to the next stage. And yeah, it's not ideal to buy food, but at least it's better than he's doing something, right? He's aging up. But Turk, he's up to Fortress. I think A's going to go up to Fortress as well. I don't know what to say. It's Aizamk. Let's take a look at
Well,
Azamk's deck, though. Look, he's got 4 Mamelukes and 5 Ronin in there as well. So I'm imagining Aze is just going to like gather absolutely tons of coin and probably ship those because it just seems like something Aze would do. Not for any particular reason. I just think that's probably what he wants to do. He likes his mercenaries. He likes his big pops, right? The Aze's classic style is popping like 5 batches of units and a shipment and Minutemen all at once.
and talking about that, Amateur just went for 6 hackables first, which, oh, this, I don't know if the tower is going to really be up in time, because no, it's not. So he can deny the tower just because these guys kill villagers in 2 hits, right? So, oh my God, Ace is
One
going to
bang.
force it.
It's literally one hit.
He has to get that tower up, but yeah, he paid it by like 5 bills. And on the other side, gonna lose another couple of bills, but at least it means that he can get his town center up safely. So even if he did lose a few bills here, Amtürk is sieging with hackapoles. Okay, now he's fighting. But yeah, Azam has like total map control here. He's got 2 TCs forward, one on the right, one in the middle, and a tower on like 2 hunts. And Amtürk has like no map. So Azam just needs to not lose a bunch of bills to the hackapoles, and then hold his map, and he's won the game. So we'll see if Amtür has some sort of timing here to punish the Portuguese age up. But
Yeah.
the hackapoles kill lots of bills, but they do slow down Dutch a lot. Like Dutch could have, I don't know, 15 or 20 skirms or whatever instead of these, and just be pressuring the forward CC, but no, he's just raiding. And I don't know why Dutch would want to buy time here. If anything, he has to force the end of the game as soon as possible, because if he keeps just raiding with hackapoles, I think it's just going to be good for ports, in fact.
Yeah.
And now he's pushing with a few skirms, but it's just not very scary anymore.
Spent a lot of his resources and potential on the hackapels, right? And you think dragging the game out, that just does favor Port. They've got 3 town centers now. They're in the Fortress Age, so sort of just raiding, really perhaps instead of hackapel, just go for something a bit more concrete and just come out with a push. That's what he's doing now. Skirm's coming forward. They don't have great siege, so they're not going to siege any buildings here. But what they are going to do is force the Vils. You can see them all running away, scattering into the tower, sort of just chasing them around. Thing is, though, he's got a lot of skirmishes and not much anti-cavalry, which is a little bit concerning. It's good right now since Port's mostly got goons on the field, and the skirm's going to be really strong. But Aizamk in his deck, 4 Mamelukes, and those are quite scary against skirmishes.
Yeah. I guess for the time being, Turk is okay. But, I mean, now, yeah, he's just pushing without any anti-cap because he shipped the hackapples instead of something like Reuters. But he's doing good damage. Like, Turk could be okay here, but yeah, I just don't like that he's just pushing with no anti-cap. Like, he's just gonna throw away his only lead, the skirmisher lead here, and he's just gonna throw all of them away. The hackapples can't help because there's just enough goons to kill them. And then what now? I mean, it's probably GG.
Yeah, not looking ideal.
Because Ports is now ahead in eco by quite a bit, and in military as well. And what do you do here as Dutch? I mean,
he's getting the Vils involved here just to stop the Dragoons from taking the damage. The skirms will auto-fire on the Vils since they are closer, and those Dragoons are going to stay alive a bit longer to clean up these skirms, which is what he's going to do with support from the Caçadors in the back there. But you're absolutely right. Ports has much stronger economy. He's now cleaned up the Hackapel. He's cleaned up this push, and Dutch, I think, has not got much left to give. Portuguese just sitting with about 20 extra Vils here and considerably more military population. And it looks like we're seeing some more Reuters push forward, but then not great damage versus villagers. 7 Caçador pop, and they're going to do some good damage very close there. I think it's just a waiting game now. Aizamk just needs to reconsolidate his forces. Another big raid on the side here, and then he can push in and finish the game out.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're just waiting for Amtürk to resign, and he does resign now because it's really just so over. I'm even dropping a tower on the gold mine on the right. Like, he just has so much map control. It's really hard to get more map control than that ever. And just more eco, more everything, just more everything for Aizamk. And And then he would probably even go industrial at some point. And why am I so unlucky with the maps? To me, it sounds like a good map for Dutch against ports.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but it's the nets that he didn't want to have to deal with, right? It's
Yeah,
just
probably, yeah.
Aizamk being Aizamk. Okay, looks like they're heading out. I will follow them out. I quite like this as a format, just casting sort of random games on ESO. It's kind of fun. I wonder if they'll play another one. I think I saw it was that the winner would play against Yumiyu,